welcome to my channel. I've been wanting to do a video for a while, and it's because I recently changed my career path, I guess you could say that. I became a flight attendant about 6 months ago, and leading up to deciding I want to be a flight attendant, I had watched other people do their YouTube videos and YouTube channels. They're like vloggers and all that stuff, and that's how I really got the knowledge to know what goes into becoming a flight attendant, what the everyday job is like. And I just wanted to be another use of inspiration or information for those people that wanted to become a flight attendant or that are thinking about it. And so I wanted to start my first video doing, I guess it's what they call a flight attendant tag. Just a couple questions about the job in general. Let's see if I can pull them up on my phone. Okay, so the first question, and they're kind of in a weird order, so I'm just gonna do them what I saw on the YouTube video first. So it's 10 questions, and so the first question is, where are you based? Well, I'm based in Columbus, Ohio, originally from Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm praying to God that one day there's gonna be a base that opens up there because I just really want to work closer to my family. Number 2, what is your favorite layover city and why? I've been going to a lot of the same cities over and over, like Burlington, Vermont, Key West, Florida, Miami, Florida, Milwaukee. I guess my favorite layover would have to be the very first one I got, post-IOE, which is the initial operating experience, which is your check-off leg to make sure you can actually do your job after training. That one would have to be Key West, Florida, because it was my first time in Key West, Florida, and everyone says it's the best overnight. Our hotel is literally, you walk across the street and you're on the beach, so that's awesome. And then the southernmost point, it is a 1.5 mile walk, and I decided to walk it because I'm I don't know when I'm going to be here again. The sad part was I only had flip-flops, so I walked 1.5 miles one way, 1.5 miles the other way, back to the hotel, in flip-flops. Luckily they were my comfortable ones, so it didn't hurt too bad. But number 3, how long have I been a flight attendant? Well, I just told you earlier, I've been a flight attendant for about 6 months. Number 4, what is your biggest flight attendant pet peeve? I have several of these, so I'm going to name a couple just because I can. Number 1, people coming onto the plane and asking me questions about their seats that are in the back of the plane. Certainly, my duties are at the front of the plane, so I can help you to your seat in the back. And then they just stand there and wait for you to help them. When I can't help you, I will just pass you on to my other flight attendant. Okay, so that's the first one. Second one, people taking their shoes off in the plane. Bare feet even. That's even worse. They get cleaned about 4 times a week, okay? 4 times, and that means when a plane stays in an airport overnight, that's when they get cleaned. So these planes, they can have maybe 6 flights a day and they never get cleaned. The only time they may get trash picked up, they may get a few crumbs, wiped off. They don't get thoroughly cleaned until the plane is done flying for that day. So people talk about germs, and then you talk about your feet and your shoes, and you take them out of your shoes and on the floor in the plane. That's disgusting, let me just tell you. So anyone who loves taking their shoes off in the plane, don't do it. 1, your feet could probably stink. 2, you have more germs on your feet and then you mix them around on the aircraft. That's disgusting. Okay, anyways. My second pet peeve is people trying to go to the bathroom during boarding. Okay, I know, okay, so a lot of people fly, a lot of people don't fly, so they don't know exactly what's going on during boarding. Boarding, let me tell you, I love my job, but boarding is the most stressful part of my job. I'm pretty sure, yeah. So people want to use the bathroom, and me, it depends on what position you are, but the back of the plane flight attendant, they're trying to get bags loaded in, help people with their bags, and they're also trying to get the count for how many people are on board. And if you're going to the bathroom and I don't see you go to the bathroom, I'm going to get my count all wrong. I'm going to have to go through and do my count again, and I'm going to make the plane late. And that's technically not my fault, it's your fault because you went to the bathroom. Anyways, another pet peeve is while I'm trying to do my count so we can leave the gate on time, people are moving seats around. Like after I go through and count your seat, people are moving seats because I'm doing these passenger counts for the weight and balance purposes on the plane. I'll talk to you about all the behind the scenes, what this stuff's for later in another video, I'm sure. But this is so the aircraft can actually, when it takes off, it's got the weight and balance to actually take off and not crash during a takeoff. If you go through training, they will show you videos on emergency and why things are done the way they are, because things have happened in the past that have shaped the airline industry and what we're supposed to do. So weight and balance purposes is a big thing. So planes are sectioned off into sections. In my plane specifically, section C, B, and A, from the back to the front. And if you're moving seats, and I have to write these seat positions down on this plane and give it to the pilots. If you switch seats, it's going to make what I've got on my sheet wrong. So therefore, they're going to get when they're wrong, and it could cause a weight and balance issue. So when I do my count, I have to do my count the first time, look back, and if I've noticed people switching up back and forth between the rows, I just swallow my pride, go back and ask, "Sir, did you switch your seat? Do I see some seats switching around here?" And they're like, "Yeah, I moved from 13 to 10. Or that's not even a big difference. I moved from 20 to 10 or 13 to 8. And I'm like, just everyone get to where you want to sit and I'll do my count again. So that's probably my 4 biggest pet peeves. Anyways, next question. Question 5, what is your favorite thing about being a flight attendant? I would say my favorite thing about being a flight attendant is you don't feel like you work. And I could never work a regular 9 to 5, go to this building, stay there for 8 hours a day. It's the same thing over and over every day. You wake up, go to work, stay there for 8 hours, go home, go to sleep. Wake up, go to work for 8 hours, go home, go to sleep, dinner time. But basically, when I go to work, I feel like I'm going on vacation. For me, when I sit in my jump seat, I feel like I'm about to go on a roller coaster. Because I love takeoff and landing. I don't know about you guys, but it's my favorite part. You talk to kids about their first time flying. They look up to you. You're probably inspiring these children to grow up and be a flight attendant one day. They look up to you and they think your job is so cool, which I think it is. But you're gonna inspire these kids to one day want to do what you do. Okay, question number 6. What did I do before becoming a flight attendant? Worked at Walgreens for about 3.5 years. Let's see, question number 7. What made you decide to become a flight attendant? So I know for a lot of people that becoming a flight attendant is their whole lifelong dream, goal thing. Well, for me, it really wasn't. It was literally probably an overnight decision. Went through college. I really didn't enjoy my major by the end of it, and I basically finished because I was almost done, and having a degree is better than not having a degree. So I graduated, and I didn't really have any prospects for a career that I wanted to go into. I didn't know what I was going to do. I just kept working at Walgreens, and I wasn't going anywhere. And I was dating a guy at the time, and I thought that was going to be my future. My future was planned. I thought that was going to be everything. Well, it wasn't. He just broke up with me out of nowhere. It kind of sucked, but I got over it. And so basically that night I decided I don't have anything keeping me here. I don't have any, I'm not going anywhere for my job. And I feel stuck. And then I thought I was planning my whole life for this one person. So I was that's it. There's nothing keeping me here. And I need a job where I can travel and where I don't have to be stuck inside an office building. And I was what job can do that for me? And I just thought, flight attending. Question number 8. What is one product thing you have to have on your layovers? Skincare, I would say regimen, but really I'm not that much of a girly girl. I have to have my makeup remover wipes because when I'm flying, for some reason my face gets really dry. So at that point, I've been through several flights and different weather, especially during the summer when I was flying. It got hot and cold a lot because in the planes it's freezing in the air. And and then we would land in Key West, and it would be humid and hot, and then we'd go to Minneapolis, Minnesota, and it'd be cooler. So my face was going through a lot of different weather, and so it got really dry, and then I have to have my makeup wipes to take all my makeup off and feel fresh for the next day. Question number 9. What has been the most challenging part of being a flight attendant? I think the most challenging part, I grew up being sort of like a follower and always needing someone else to tell me what to do. And I'd never been in a safety sensitive position. So starting out when I started applying, I didn't know what to kind of expect. So I think in the beginning I thought it was hard going through training, completing training, and knowing in an emergency situation, I am the person that these 70 some odd people are going to look to for help, and so I have to know what I'm doing. Number 10, last question. What is the best advice you can give a new hire or aspiring flight attendant? First, new hire and aspiring are two different types of flight attendants. So I would say my best advice for an aspiring flight attendant, someone who's trying to become a flight attendant, don't give up. You will get thousands, hundreds and hundreds of no's before you get a yes. For me, I was applying to any airline that was hiring, honestly. And some people may think that's cheating or not really that invested, but for me, I see it as being more invested in someone that just wants this one specific airline, because you applying to several different airlines shows that you're willing to do what it takes and work wherever it takes to get into the industry first off. And aspiring flight attendants, you will get tons of no's before you get that one yes. I'm going to tell you something, the company that I work for, I didn't even know they existed before I started applying. Literally, I Googled, what did I Google? US-based airlines hiring flight attendants. And there was a list, it was about 30 airlines that had all these airlines that were hiring right now. I went down every single airline and applied to all of them. And I said I applied to about 12. I got 11 no's. The 12th one was this company that I'm at right now. They gave me a chance. And so I took it and I hopped on it. My advice for new hire flight attendants, so be prepared for quick last minute changes. So be prepared to have your schedules change last minute. Be prepared to not work a lot. Be prepared to work a lot. Be prepared, always bring a change of clothes with you. Bring something to at least stay somewhere for one night, because your schedule could have you stuck in a city overnight, so the company gives you a hotel to stay in. So I haven't had that happen yet, but my roommates have. So if you just always be prepared to stay somewhere overnight, even though your schedule may not say that. So yeah, those have been my 10 questions on the flight attendant tag. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you've got any more questions, or you want me to go into detail about some questions that were asked and I didn't answer quite thoroughly to your liking, just let me know in the comments below, and then I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, guys.